The galaxy had known war for as long as it had known light. Empires rose and fell in the span of stellar rotations, yet none compared to the conflict now raging along the Piscine spiral. The Car Dominion had finally overreached their fleets, poured across neutral systems, crushing resistance with mathematical precision. World after world fell silent, their suns reflecting the fires of orbital bombardment. The Galactic Council watched in growing horror. They had condemned the Car, in speeches and sanctions, but never in force. Now the Dominion stood at the edge of the core worlds. Only one barrier remained, the Allied defense line at Varel Station. Varel was never meant to hold. It was a trade nexus, not a fortress. Its defenders were merchants, patrol craft, and a handful of outdated cruisers. When the Car Armada emerged from hyperspace, even hope seemed foolish. Admiral Sereth of the Council fleet stared at the tactical display. Red symbols multiplied like a spreading infection. Enemy carriers, siege platforms, planet breakers, more ships than the Council had seen in one place since the first expansion wars. "Send the distress call," Sereth ordered quietly. "Send it to everyone." The signal raced across subspace. It passed desperate allies who could not answer. Civilizations already burning. Then it reached a name few had spoken aloud in centuries. Earth. Humanity had withdrawn from galactic politics long ago. After the Orion Schism, they dismantled their embassies and sealed their borders. No one knew what they were doing behind the veil of restricted space. Rumors spoke of self-imposed exile, of stagnation, even extinction. Still, the Council sent the call. It was a formality, nothing more. No one expected a reply. Hours passed. Varel Station burned. Its outer rings shattered under sustained fire. Civilian ships fled or died trying. Then, a signal arrived. Not a transmission, not words, just a single encoded acknowledgement. Message received. The bridge fell silent. Sereth felt a chill move through his spines. Humans had answered. What reinforcements can they possibly send? One officer whispered. They left the galaxy behind. No one replied. Because on the edge of known space, something had begun to move, and the galaxy was about to remember why humanity had once been feared. Asterisks 3 days after the acknowledgement. Long-range sensors detected anomalies. Not ships, not energy signatures, absences. Regions where space itself seemed to hesitate. Car. Scouts were the first to encounter it. Their reports were fragmented, incoherent. They spoke of darkness without mass, of gravity folding inward. Then the reports stopped. At Varel, the defenders noticed the enemy advance slowing. Car formations hesitated, their perfect coordination disrupted. Something was interfering with their command lattice. Then space tore open. It was not hyperspace, nor any known faster-than-light method. It was as if reality had been unzipped. And from within the wound, a shape emerged. The first human ship was larger than a moon. Its surface was layered in black and silver armor, scarred and ancient. No visible weapons. No glowing engines. Just presence. The car opened fire immediately. Beams that had cracked planets slammed into the unknown vessel. The light faded. The ship remained. Then it moved, not forward, not backward. It simply appeared closer. One car battleship vanished. No explosion, no debris, just gone, erased, as if it had never existed. More human ships arrived. Not dozens, not hundreds, but thousands. They emerged silently, filling space with impossible geometry. Some were ring-shaped, others angular beyond comprehension. Many bore hull markings worn smooth by time. These were not new ships. They were old, ancient. The Council sensors struggled to interpret them. Readings suggested materials no longer found in nature. Reactors that bent physical laws. Weapons that did not register as weapons at all. A transmission finally came from the human fleet. It was simple, unadorned. "This system is under our protection." The card responded with fury. Their entire armada surged forward. The greatest force the galaxy had ever assembled, against a fleet that had not spoken in centuries. The first engagement lasted less than 6 minutes. When it ended, half the car fleet was gone. Not destroyed, removed. Fear spread faster than any signal, across every watching world, because this was not a battle, it was a demonstration. Asterisk, as the human fleet advanced, archives across the galaxy awakened. Scholars and historians searched for forbidden records, trying to remember what humanity had once been. They found fragments, accounts of the silent builders, of a species that had mastered war so completely it no longer glorified it. Humans had not abandoned the galaxy out of weakness. They had stepped away because no one could stop them. The Car Dominion attempted retreat, but retreat from humans was not permitted. Human vessels did not pursue in lines or formations. They appeared wherever the car tried to flee, predicting jumps before they were made, collapsing hyperspace corridors. Mid-transit, car commanders screamed orders that went unanswered. Their fleet AI failed one by one, overridden by code older than their civilization. On Varel Station, the surviving defenders watched in stunned silence. Human ships passed them, without acknowledgement, focused entirely on the enemy. Then the largest human construct arrived, a structure so vast it eclipsed the local star. It unfolded slowly, revealing layers upon layers of machinery. Council analysts identified it at last, a stellar judgment engine. A weapon banned before most species had evolved spaceflight. The humans did not fire it. They did not need to. Instead, they transmitted another message. To the car homeworld, to every Dominion system, this war is over. Moments later, car core stars began to dim. Not explode, not collapse, just dim. Their energy siphoned away. Their ability to wage war ended in an instant. The car surrendered, unconditionally, for the first time in recorded history. An empire fell without its capital burning, because humans chose restraint. That restraint terrified the galaxy more than any superweapon ever had. Asterisk in the aftermath. The council requested an audience. Humanity agreed. The human representative appeared as a simple hologram, a single figure, calm, unarmed, looking almost ordinary. Admiral Sirith asked the question that haunted every world. Why help us now? The human smiled faintly. Because you asked for reinforcements. Confusion rippled through the chamber. You could have ruled the galaxy, another counselor said. Why hide for centuries? Because ruling is easy, the human replied. Restraint is not. They explained that humanity had spent the centuries preparing, not for conquest, but for containment. They watched emerging civilizations, catalogued threats, built weapons they hoped never to use. The Car Dominion had crossed the threshold, when humanity had sworn no one would cross again. What happens now? Sirith asked. The answer came without hesitation. We leave, true to their word. The human fleet began to withdraw, reality folding closed behind them, leaving no trace. Before the last ship vanished, one final message was sent. If the galaxy ever faces extinction, call us. Then they were gone. Asterisk the galaxy rebuilt. Borders were redrawn, armies downsized, because everyone remembered what happened when reinforcements arrived. Children grew up hearing the story of how the greatest war ended in silence, of ships older than history, of a species that could erase empires, and chose not to. Humanity became a myth again, a warning whispered in war councils, a final option no one wanted to invoke. Across the stars, conflicts paused at the brink, because someone would always ask, what if they call Earth? And no one ever wanted to know the answer.